Hey y'all, good morning or afternoon, something like that. It's around noonish. Today is Friday, September 13th, 2019. Welcome back to the crazy. I'm guessing the crazy may be a little more intense today than usual since it's both a Friday 13th and a full moon. Let me tell you, when I was working as an ER nurse, nights, I just would have, wanted to hang it up before I ever even got there. I would have just been, oh boy, it's not going to be a good one, but it's likely to be interesting. It really is true. Things are more interesting in the ER on the full moon. On a Friday the 13th, forget about it. But anyway, I'm not working as a nurse anymore, enjoying my retirement, stitching a lot. So welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Today is FlossYube number 86, I think. Yep, I wrote it down. It's 86. Thank y'all again for all your good wishes and prayers. I am not 100%, but I'm 90%, and I sure appreciate all the prayers and all the private messages and comments and wonderful good wishes I got from people. You guys really lift me up. I have a bunch to do today, so I'm going to go kind of fast, and I don't have a whole lot of cross stitch to show. Little bit, but I do have lots of goodies to give away when we get to the end of this, so y'all hang tight. I don't have any FFOs. I'm sorry, y'all. I still have lingering sinus drainage and baseline sinus headache, but I'm so much better than last week. So much better. I did finish a couple of things this week, or at least I'm calling them finished. The first of those, this is a kit piece by Plum Street Samplers. I believe it was a Dying to Stitch club kit, but I could not absolutely swear to that. And I finished this, I think last weekend maybe, somewhere along there. I am not doing the repeat of the stars pattern, the quilted stars pattern at the bottom. I'm going to leave my top plain, I think. I just, frankly, I've been in a mood to get this done. I'm trying to clean out my whip basket because I'm planning some new starts. So I'm trying to kind of get the things that are getting closer to being done and move them out of there. So I like the way this looks like this. If anything, I may come back and add like a small checkerboard border up here, maybe. I'm not even convinced I'm going to do that. But there's about, I think, close to 2,500 stitches in that bottom border, and I just decided, ain't nobody got time for that. I'd stitch, and I'm not a big fan of stitching it once and stitching it again. But I love this. I think it came out very, very cute. I did add the welcome home up there at the top. And while I think it looks wintry because of the colors and the snowflakes, I don't think it screams Christmas. And I'm so sorry. Pumpkin, excuse me. Stop it. Sorry. Hey, stop. I'm gonna have to go get a water bottle. You watch. Anyway, I am gonna finish it probably as a flat fold. That would make sense at my house. A flat fold for winter display. But I'm very happy with how it came out. I think it's very, very cute. One thing I will tell you is I am becoming, they're gonna drive me to drink. I hardly ever drink. That's looking tempting back there. Anyway, I have noticed more and more and more lately that colors, oh, good Lord, they're gonna drive me crazy. That colors on what you see on the pattern is likely not what you actually get. To me, on the pattern, the house looks red. Red. This is a very dark maroon. It's a very deep brownish red, not what I would call a true red whatsoever. So I find myself more and more lately kitting stuff up in my own selections rather than just the call for colors. It's pretty and I like it, but if I were choosing the palette, I would have lightened it up to look more like what it actually looks like on the front of the pattern, where the house is red, not brown. Don't like brown. But anyway, that's my first finish, Home for Christmas from Plum Street Samplers. And thank you again to Jan Hicks and Tamara Bowen, This Nana Stitches, Jan Hicks Creates, who shared that pattern with me. Whoops, I should not put that away because I have another finish in that same bag. Last year, I did the 'Tis the Season Sal, which is from the Home for the Holidays book from Blackbird Designs. And FYI, there's going to be another style starting shortly, I think October 1st, where you can stitch anything out of this book. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to participate in that one just because I'm starting my own style on October 1st, so maybe, we'll see. But if I do, it's probably going to be this stocking because I really like that stocking. I've never done a stocking. But the pattern that I stitched last year, I'm so sorry, y'all, I still got the knots. I'm sure everybody loves hearing that, was this one, 'Tis the Season. Now, I did things slightly different. I saw this in Little Rock at the Shepherd's Needle, and Anne had changed it around and added this border up at the top and then this holly border down at the bottom. This holly border is from another, this pattern actually came out in 2 separate Blackbird books, and this border is from the other book. And Pam and Steph were gracious enough to loan me that. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. But I had finished this last year, middle of December-ish, with the exception, I mean, I put 2018 on it. That's how convinced I was going to get done. But what I did not do, I did not have the book to do that holly berry border. So I've been, like I said, trying to clean out my whip basket, and this has been in there since last year. But those guys were gracious enough to loan me the other pattern book that has this in it. And so I have finished as much as I'm going to do of that holly border. I do not have room to repeat the motif down here. And were I to do it down here, I would be running in to this. So I think it looks fine as is. It doesn't have to be symmetrical for me. I'm okay with a little bit of wabi-sabi. So I'm calling this one done. And I'm not going back and picking out that 2018 and making it 2019. We'll all just know that's not quite right. But super happy with this. This one, I'm torn between framing and making a pillow out of it. Let me know what you think. I mean, it's obviously, this one does say Christmas to me. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Oh, the other thing Anne changed was the wording. So instead of saying 'tis the season, she charted out sing praises unto our Savior. And I really liked that a lot because I believe that he's the reason for the season. So I did mimic her wording there. If anybody is going to do that this year in the in Lynette Sal from this book, the Home for the Holiday Sal, I'll link it below. Because she's got a page on Facebook about it. If anybody wants to do, Anne has this book in stock, whatever it is, this one, the Home for the Holidays book. She has it in stock at the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, and she will be gracious enough to share if you wanted to use her her wording, whatever I've done with it. There it is. The sing praises unto our Savior. You can just contact her, and her contact information will be below also, but just contact her and she will mail you a copy of that if you want. And I don't remember, I didn't say so on the first one, but that first one was done with the kitted threads. I'm sorry, y'all. The kitted threads and fabric that came in that kit from Dying to Stitch. This, if y'all want to know what it is, let me know. I can go back in my X-Stitch app and look, but I don't off the top of my head remember. It's a very bluish gray color. It's actually a little more blue than what it's appearing here. And then I just did my own floss toss and thread conversion with mostly Victorian motto flosses. I did do one thing different. I stitched 1/2, and this is on a 36 count. I hate stitching with 2 threads. But I stitched the first of these snowflake motifs all through here, and they just did not show up enough for me. So I did bite the bullet and stitch the white with 2 threads, and it shows up beautifully with the 2-threaded stitching. The 1 thread on this one did not show up well. So that's a tip if you want white to show up better on whatever your ground fabric is. If you stitch with 2 threads instead of 1, it will look denser and show up better. So those are my 2 finishes. Excuse me. And then I did a very little bit. I'm doing the Playing with Jack Sal. This is Playing with Jacks from the Cricut collection, and our tag on Instagram is Play Jack Sal. And I'm doing it in the called for anchor flosses. Years and years ago, back in the early 90s, I used to go to a cross-stitch shop in Victoria, Texas, and I cannot remember the name of the shop to save me. But the lady's name was Karen that owned the shop. Sweet as she could be. She taught me a lot about stitching, and she really liked to anchor floss, and I therefore accrued a fair amount of anchor floss. And the few I didn't have, I ordered from Teresa Kitten Stitcher. But I made a very small amount more progress on my Playing with Jack Sal. I mean, I probably got maybe another 50 stitches at most. So that's where he is. Y'all please join us on the Sal. Erin and I. Erin is 2 Martini Stitcher here on FlossTube and on Instagram. This is an open-ended Sal. We started on, I think, August 28th. Neither one of us are particularly fast stitchers. Neither one of us thinks we're going to have it done this year. So please join in with us on that and enjoy that pattern. Speaking of the Playing with Jack Sal, and at the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock has a coupon code, and the coupon code is SAL, S-A-L, FUN, F-U-N, 19. That is good for 15% off the pattern, the floss, the fabric, whatever you get from her on that. I'm going to talk in a little bit about the Praiseworthy Stitches Sal that we're starting on October 1st, and that coupon code will also apply to it. And I will put her contact information down below. Speaking of contact information down below, I have yet to do the show notes from last week's FlossTube. I felt crappy and allocated my energy to other things rather than doing that. But I will try to catch that up at some point this weekend. I hope. Right? Hope springs eternal. I didn't do anything on that. I don't know why I brought that over here. And then I have been saying that I'm going to join Sampler September. Teresa got me all excited about Sampler September. So I finally on, I think, Tuesday, which I think was the 10th, thought I had enough brain power after being sick that I could work on my Elizabeth Weston sampler. This is from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. It is a gorgeous piece. It is a huge piece. The stitch count is 433 by 449. It's huge. It's ginormous, gigantic, gargantuan. This will be by far the biggest thing I've ever stitched. Up till now, the biggest thing I've ever stitched is the Earth Gatherers back there. And I finished that in 2000. And I've not done a huge number of samplers. I've done a couple, but not a tremendous number. But there's something about this one that just spoke to me. I love the colors. Now, I'm a fuss again. I do not believe that the colors on the cover of this are an accurate representation of the actual called for silks. So again, a word of warning, folks. If I had it to do over, I bought a silk floss pack for this. And if I had it to do over, I would go back and choose my own silks and fine tune the colors a little bit. Because on here, I'm sure you won't be able to see, the vine actually looks green. My vine, not so much. And I'll show you what I mean. Like I said, it's gonna be huge. My progress this week, and this is the center point right here. So I am slightly more than halfway across the top. And my progress this week has been to continue the vine from, I think, somewhere around here. So I've stitched that much of the vine. And then I've gone back, and there were several motifs that I did not have complete in here. I did not have this flower complete. I didn't have this flower here at all. I don't think I had this filled in. I'd outlined it but not filled it in. I hadn't done the white in this. But this is the called for silks on 36 count Picture This Plus Bramble. And I love the fabric. I think it's going to be a very pretty ground fabric. But that border to me is olive green shading into brown. If I had it to do over again, I would just fine tune those colors to suit my color sensibilities. But this is, excuse me, a crap ton of work that I put into it so far. I'm not starting it over in different colors. It is what it is. I love it like it is. Good enough. This is the first time last night that I used this light pink, and I do kind of get a little thrill from each time I add a new color into it. So I've made a little bit of progress. This is 3 days work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that I finished a couple of motifs and did some border. This one takes me a long time. I'm not a super fast stitcher to begin with, but I stitch in hand, so I'm faster than some folks. But this one requires a lot of concentration, and I'll get there eventually. I don't know, this one may be a 20-year project, who knows? But she's beautiful, and I'm excited to have made some progress on her. I'm probably going to give her 1, maybe 2 more days, and then I'm going to move on to some other things. Speaking of changes, this is the verse that "Next unto God, dear parents," that you see on so many samplers. I'm not in love with that verse. I may change that verse. I don't know what I'm going to change it to, but I may rechart something and change that. And I know some people are grabbing their pearls right now, but don't clutch your pearls. It's okay. I can appreciate faithful reproductions, but for me, I'm putting in hundreds of hours stitching it, and I'm going to tweak it to be more me, because it's going to hang on my wall, hopefully, eventually, someday, maybe. And if I'm going to put in hundreds of hours on something, then I want it to reflect my taste a little bit more. And so that verse is okay, but again, for this much effort into it, I'm probably going to be on the lookout for some other verse to put in there. I don't know what yet. It's okay. Don't clutch your pearls. It's all right. But anyway, Elizabeth Weston. I'm thrilled to have gotten some work in on her. Let me roll up my big girl here. I'm going to be starting at some point this weekend, probably, the checkerboard Stag. I talked about that a little bit. I do have it kitted up. Now, the fun thing is I have kitted it up and put it somewhere safe. It's in the house somewhere. So I'm probably going to invest some time tomorrow and find that and maybe get it started this weekend. It's really been I want to start things new. Again, these are the call for silks that I bought a pack from, I think it may have been the Cottage Needle. If you need that information, if you're looking to do that and want to buy the silk pack, I can look that up. Just let me know and I'll figure it out for you. One other thing I will show you, and this is going to be shown, nobody clutch your pearls over this either. This is going to be shown so far back that nobody will be able to tell anything. This is my working copy. I don't do well looking at just a page of a pattern. I need to know the spatial relationship. That's something I can't visualize in my head. I'm not good at that. So I need to see the whole darn thing. So this is all the way across the top. and then a couple pages down because I think I'm going to go down that way next. But anyway, she's big, y'all. She's big. And Nicola does, I'll show you just a little piece here. Nicola, Hands Across the Sea, her patterns are beautifully done, very easy to read. Okay. Don't let how big it is stop you from doing it. It's gorgeous. But it is big. It is big. Okay. So I'm going to kit it. I've got Checkerboard Stag kitted up. I'm going to start that. I'm also probably going to start, this is Ellen, the Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, Maximum something like that. I've been watching her. She's tons of fun. She's been showing her tired trio pattern, which is also from Plum Street Sampler. And I'm probably going to kit this one up and start it too, just because we have a dog that we call our sloth. Fudgy is what we call him, the sloth. So I think this is hilarious, and I need this in my life. I need to get it started. So that one I haven't kitted up yet, but I have plenty to kit it up with. And then on October 1st, and remember, I put these away safely, I'm going to be starting from Praiseworthy Stitches, Carols on the Square. Excuse me. We're doing a Sal. Ann and I are doing a Praiseworthy Stitches Sal. And Ann is Ann Thompson from the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock. I just act like y'all don't know who she is. She's got a FlossYube. Y'all go watch Ann. She's one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. But we're going to do a Praiseworthy Stitches Sal. I'm going to start and work on Carols on the Square. Ann is starting a Halloween Quaker from Praiseworthy Stitches. They have a plethora of patterns. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Quakers, whatever. They have tons of them. Something for everybody. So we would both really like you to enjoy, join in with us and stitch on anything from Praiseworthy Stitches. And is also extending that coupon code, the SalFun19, to any Praiseworthy Stitches pattern and the supplies to do it. And again, I will try to remember to link that below. Okay, moving right along. Excuse me, let me get a sip of water. I'm sorry, my voice is still kind of nasal and scratchy. But so much better, y'all, so much better. All right, Memory Baker. I sent her, she won one of my giveaways several videos back. And last week I opened up the mailbox and lo and behold, she had sent me a thank you note and one of her very pretty patterns. This is called Giving Thanks by the Sea. Her and her partner, is it Amy? I've forgotten, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm having a brain spell and I don't remember. But they are Barefoot Needle Arts. They're just as cute as they can be. And they have some really sweet patterns. And she sent me a copy of this one. And I just love that. It's very autumnal and I love that blue pumpkin. So pretty. Thank y'all so much. If I send you something, please do not feel obligated to send me anything back. It's not that I don't enjoy it, but I appreciate it. Hang on. My cat food order from Royal Canin is here. Yay! Sorry about that. I have no idea how to pause and put things together, so I'm sorry y'all had to see that. Anyway, thank you, Memory. I appreciate it. And then I have a little bit of haul this week. I got my Silks of the Month from Silks for You. She always sends them in these pretty little organza bags. And this month are really, really pretty colors. This is a very vibrant yellow. This is shading more to gold. There's a very pretty pink, kind of a salmon, and then a pumpkin orange color. They're just gorgeous, y'all. And oh, they feel so good. They're so soft. I just want to pet them, to pet all the silks. Joe, you do a terrific job. Thank you so much. If I haven't said so recently. Jo Mason is the dyer for Silks for You. She is an expert. She does a wonderful job. Her Silks for You, or her monthly club is, excuse me, 5 10-meter, which is a little bit better than 10-yard skeins of silk for $20, including shipping from Australia. You can't beat the deal. It is wonderful. Her website is silks4u, and it's the number 4 and just the letter u.com. And go see what she's got. She's does amazing work. Those are beautiful. And then I got my excuse me. I got my Picture This Plus on my Fabric of the Month order from, I ordered these from Drema at Needlecraft Corner, and I get a fat quarter every month, and this month was Tycho, which is a very, it's got very subtle gray modeling on a neutral sandy colored background. It's very pretty. What's funny is back in June, I think, I placed an order with Picture This Plus because I placed the order with Drema for the Picture This Plus fabric. She runs a 25% off sale. So instead of $28 for the fat quarter, it was $21 for fat quarter. And I ordered 3 fat quarters from her at that time. And I got another fat quarter of Tycho because I really like that one. It's a great neutral. I also really, really like Bramble. Bramble, this is what I'm doing Elizabeth Weston on. It is a taupey color with kind of a lavenderish undertone. It's very, very pretty. And then, I forget now, I had plans for something purple. I ordered this for a reason. This is Picture This Plus Whimsy. All of these are 36 count linen. And then, because I watched too much Michelle Bindi Stitch II, I watched, I don't remember, a couple of videos back, she was showing a pattern called Night Walked Down from the Blue Flower. And I fell in love. It was just gorgeous. And so that pattern's on order with Anne. Anne has got a copy of it pulled for me, waiting for me to get to Little Rock. And this is the call for, which is, what's it called? Shrinking Violet. This is from Teresa at Shakespeare's Peddler, kittenstitcher.com. That's fairly accurate. It's a very pretty grayed lavender color. So anyway, I saw Bindi doing that, and I thought, I need that, Michelle, I need it. So that's on order, and I got the call for fabric for it. We'll see what the call for fabric or flosses are. I may change some of the colors. We'll see. I'm becoming more and more inclined to change colors to suit my own particular palette taste. Let's see, what else? Oh, and then the last thing I got was Michelle Rudy, who is Farm Girl. Farm Girl Loves Goats on Instagram. She had a sick goat last week. And boy, can I sympathize with the vet bill thing. You know, I breed cats, and yeah, vet bills suck. So Michelle was destashing some stuff to help cover her vet bills, and I saw this and I thought it was adorable. This is a club kit. It's a Pineberry Lane called In Full Bloom. I love the bee skeps. Love those flowers. I may have to give the lady a little more hair. Her little top knot there kind of weirds me out. But anyway, I purchased this. It's the full kit, including the fabric and the finishing materials and everything, from Michelle. So thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you letting me have that. And then I think that was all my haul. I've been relatively good. Like that Picture This Plus fabric, other than the one that was the fabric of the month, I ordered that stuff back in June. It should take a while to get here, but that's what you get when you want hand dyed. I did want to mention again, this is a pattern from Tinka's Wool Cupboard. He is adorable. I saw the model when I was down in Little Rock several weeks ago. This is Pumpkin Boy. And Tinka's Wool Cupboard her patterns are exclusive to the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock. And I put a post up on Instagram a while back showing several of her other patterns. And she's got more. Those were just the ones that I grabbed the models up to take a picture. But adorable patterns. And again, just call the Shepherd's Needle. They'll hook you up. But Anne, with the Shepherd's Needle, has also donated a copy of Pumpkin Boy, one of the Ultra Punch needles, and the Weaver's, a package of the Weaver's cloth to do this with, and a copy of Punchneedle and Primitive Stitcher that her shop was featured in. I have, these are mine. Y'all's are put away in the closet where the cats can't get to them. But I'm doing this giveaway over on Instagram. So if you go over to my Instagram, and my Instagram is at phatcatphlossing, and the Phat is spelled P-H-A-T, and cat, C-A-T, and flossing is spelled P-H-L-O-S-S-I-N-G, because why do it simply when you can make it complicated? But I have a couple posts over there about this giveaway. I'm probably going to put up one final post today about it. And then I'm doing the drawing for this from Instagram. To be entered, you have to comment on one of those posts about the giveaway, about Pumpkin Boy. And you need to follow me, follow Anne. She is at Shepherd's Needle. And comment, and in your comment, tag a friend. Add whoever. And you'll be entered to win this. I'm going to draw for these on the 15th. Well, I'm going to leave it open through midnight on the 15th, so we'll actually draw on the 16th. Clear as mud? Good. Okay, now to my giveaways. Okay. Winners from last week. Winner from the Birdhouse Kit. This is a little mini kit. Includes the fabric and the floss and stuff. The winner for this one, chosen by random comment picker, is the 1952 Trouble. So 1952 Trouble, if you will email me, I have to go to the vet after a while, so I probably will not get the drop down on this done until tomorrow. But email me, or you can go back a couple of videos ago and all my information is in the drop down. It's Leslie, L-E-S-L-I-E, D as in Delta, Hurley, H-U-R-L-E-Y, @gmail.com. But email me with your snail mail address, and I will get this sent off to you. If you've won anything from me in the last couple weeks, I'm going to try to get all of it out in the mail next week. I just haven't felt decent enough this week to do it. Sorry. The next giveaway was from this is Silly Santa from Pine Mountain. A little punch needle pattern. It does include the weaver's cloth in there with the printed pattern on it. And the winner from this one is SeamsSewVintage, S-E-A-M-S-S-E-W Vintage. So again, if you will contact me, email me with your snail mail information, and I'll get this sent out to you. And then the third giveaway from last week was Bent Creek's Autumn Row. And I know Priscilla and Chelsea have been doing a lot of the rows and have really repopularized them. And the winner for this one is Stitcher by Day, RN by Night. Feel you on there, been there. So again, if you will contact me, I will get that sent out to you probably next week. And then we have giveaways for this week. I finished this a couple weeks ago. I meant to grab it and bring it with me, and I forget it. This is a little pattern from Summer House Stitchworks, 2019 Fragments in Time. This is my copy, and I'm going to give this away. Just comment below, be a subscriber, like the video, be over 18 years old so it's legal for you to give me your address because I don't want to go to jail, and comment saying, I'd like to stitch the house. House is the word I'm going to search. Then the next one is another mini kit. It includes the Ada, looks like it's probably a 14 count, and the flosses. And I gave away an I Love Cats recently, so now we're doing I Love Dogs. So in this one, comment, I'd like to stitch the dogs. And finally, this is another punch needle. This is Longstocking from Pine Mountain Designs. It's very cute. I don't know that you can really see, but there's actually a little Christmas tree in the middle of the stocking. It's kind of dark. These people probably did not adjust the settings on the picture before they posted it. Kudos to them. But anyway, it's also got, I don't know if you can see in there, it's got the weaver's cloth in it. But if you would like to do this one, then I would like to do the stocking, S-T-O-C-K-I-N-G. And you can do one sentence. I would like to stitch the house, the dogs, and the stocking. You don't have to make 3 separate comments. You can just make one. That's it. It's all well, almost all I've got. I'm going to say goodbye if you want to be done with me here. Say how much I appreciate you subscribing and liking and commenting and all the nice things you always have to say. And I just really appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much. I'm going to talk for about 4 or 5 minutes about cat breeding because I had some questions and comments about that. So if you don't want to hear about cat breeding, you can go away now. If you want to know, hang tight for a few minutes. But thank you all so much. God bless you all. And I will talk about cat stuff now, and the cross stitch talk is over. So I had a question on my last video basically asking, what do you do with all those kittens? Do you take them to a pet store? No, never, ever. I've been breeding cats since 2005. This is my 15th year, 15th, 16th year. I don't know, it all runs together now. Of breeding cats. I breed Burmans. I love my cats. I love all cats, but Burmans are truly something special. I have never taken a kitten to be sold in a pet store, and I will never take a kitten to be sold in a pet store. I have more requests for kittens than what I have kittens, typically. I keep a waiting list. To be on my waiting list, you have to do more than contact me and say, I want a kitten. I ask a lot of questions. If I don't think I can trust you to love and take care of one of my precious babies, you're not going to get one. Period, full stop. I have to really feel comfortable that you're going to love and take care of my baby. I have a written contract. It includes things like a health guarantee that protects the purchaser. It specifies the cat has to be an indoor cat, that they can't be declawed. And there's also a clause that says, if for any reason at any time you can't keep the cat you got from me, if you contact me and let me know, I will make arrangements to get the cat back from you. Because I bring them into the world, they have no control, and I'm responsible for them. I don't know what else to tell you besides they're my precious babies. They get lots of love and care, and I make sure that they're going to go to homes where they're going to be as treasured there as they are here with me. Not everybody believes in breeding cats. That's fine. I'm not here to change your mind. I will tell you that there is a lot to be said for getting a purebred animal where the temperament tends to be more predictable. You know, my cats get all of the right shots, they get the right immunizations, they're vet checked, they eat good quality cat food, they're well socialized, they're well loved. So if breeding cats is not something that you approve of, then you are entitled to your opinion. But I view myself as a steward of the Burman breed, and I am here to try to make sure that they survive into perpetuity, or at least for as long as I'm able to do that. They're a beautiful breed. They're a minority breed. They're not very common, especially in the U.S. There are more of them in Europe. But that's what I consider my job, is to love and take care of my babies and make sure that if you want a Burman, you can get a Burman. So that's all I'll say about that. But no, they don't go to pet stores. I very carefully select new owners, and they are well loved all the time. So that's all about cross stitch and cat breeding. So I will talk to you guys soon. I will be back very briefly, probably on the 16th, to do the drawing for the Instagram winner. And then I will talk to y'all again as soon as I got something to show. Thanks for watching, you guys. I will see you soon. Y'all take care. God bless.